safer method of doing it. A classic example, when I went to work in the fire service, the standard mode of operation was freelance. Every crew showed up, they decided, here's what I'm going to do. Without direction, they jumped on it and made it happen. Now, with incident command structure that we place firmly in place in the fire service, that is not allowed. Everything is a coordinated effort. I think it works much better. It's a much safer environment for our firefighters. And we're able to accomplish in a much more timely fashion the goals that we set out to achieve at every fire. You said freelancing is the way you used to do things. Tell us a little bit, what is freelancing? Freelance, you know, like any profession, we all have our own terms that we think everybody else should understand. Freelancing basically means, as I said, whenever you roll up, you're not listening to commands from a central command authority. It's that crew shows up, here's what I think we need to do, they jump on and they do it. What normally ends up happening when you have freelancing is, number one, no one really knows what everybody else is doing. Number two, there's a possibility that one crew's efforts are going to be in opposition to another crew's efforts. And a good example would be, a first crew shows up, they decide they're going to make an interior attack, they grab a line, they go through the front door. Second crew shows up, hey, we're going to knock this fire down through the window, and they go stick a nozzle through the window. Well, the crew that's inside is not going to appreciate that at all, because immediately they're going to get steam burned, they're going to have the fire thrown into their face or pushed into their face. So freelancing does not work very well at all. It worked well for us when I went to work, but it was because we had a very, very aggressive group of individuals. Not to say we don't have an aggressive bunch of individuals now, but it's a coordinated aggression. Okay, well, speaking of freelancing versus incident command system, what role would you say that the crew rapport would play in an effective incident command situation? A crew will, well, this goes into very much like a military or a paramilitary type of organization. We have a rank structure just like the military does. We have firefighters that go to work. We have drivers driver engineers that operate the apparatus. They work the heavy equipment. We have officers, a captain in our department. The captain is the company officer. He is over that crew that shows up. Then you go to the next level, which is our district chief, and he is overseeing one entire district, a number of different captains and their crews. Above that, you would find an assistant fire chief. That would be even the position that I hold. And then on top would be the fire chief. So as you build these levels, each of those levels, as long as the person that's in charge at the incident commander, as long as they establish a plan of action, and then they integrate each of these crews as they arrive into that plan of action, and as long as all of those crews follow their captain's lead or direction, then it's a very well-coordinated and timely attack or event. If you have individuals on a crew that don't follow their captain's lead, or captains that don't follow their district chief's lead, then things become chaotic really fast, and it can be unsafe. We don't allow that freelancing, doing it outside of the command structure. We just don't allow that within our department. So would you say that at a fire scene or in an incident scene, would you say that someone not involved, if they were watching, could they characterize an incident command system as a choreographed event, like everybody knows where they're going, who to report to, what jobs they're going to be doing? If you operate a good incident command structure, which is what I was just describing as the incident command structure, if you operate a good incident command structure, then invariably you will have public make comment about, wow, I'm amazed at how everybody seemed to know exactly what to do and did it at the right time. Everything just seems so rehearsed. And that's, in reality, a good incident command system. That's exactly the way. Don't get me wrong, it is total chaos the first 10 minutes of a fire. It is total chaos. But we like to say it's organized chaos. We have a pretty good idea. We have a checklist, so to speak, of the things that we want to accomplish, and in the order that we want to accomplish those events. We'll place those in place, we'll go to work on those, and we'll check them off as we accomplish those goals. At the end, of course, the goal is for everyone to walk away, no injuries, and the fire extinguished. That's our ultimate goal.
All right. When the fire's put out, the mess is cleaned up, everybody goes back to their individual stations, or home, as we lovingly call them. Can you describe the life at the station?
I could describe the life that was at the station when I was at the station. Now, understand, I haven't been in a fire station on crew in over 20 years. So I'm sure that it's probably, to a degree, it's changed. But there's certain things that I am sure are identical now as they were long before I ever dreamed of being a firefighter. First of all, let's make it real clear. You've heard people talk about the brotherhood of the fire service. I can tell you it is exactly that. It is a family. It is a very large extended family, but it is a family nonetheless. I always tell people, I said, look, I have 158 brothers in the Tyler Fire Department. Some of those brothers I like better than others. Some of them I don't particularly think that I would go to supper with them if we weren't on duty. But I'll defend them forever because they are one of my brothers. And we are a very tight family. We care about each other in the respect that we want everybody to be safe and to go home. To be able to go home to their family. And that's, I can't imagine anything other than that. So what happens at the stations, trust me, when that fire is out and when the crew is back at the station and they've got all their equipment ready to respond again, everything's cleaned up, then it is just like a family. It's like a bunch of boys that are going to carry on, they're going to have a good time, they're going to eat well, they're going to play, they're going to sleep. When the bell goes off, the play is over. It's time to go to work, and everybody goes to work.
That's something I've noticed, I'm sure you've noticed in your career, is it doesn't matter what we're doing at the time. We can be, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning and we could be sound asleep in our bed, or it could be 5 o'clock in the evening and we're sitting down to supper for the first time to eat in the day. It doesn't matter what we're doing and how important we think it is. When the bell goes off, nobody discusses it. Nobody says, oh, shoot, now we got to go. We immediately go to the map, see where we're going, go to the truck, get in, and respond. And that is something that it's across the board at every station and every shift. It's always the same thing. When the bell goes off, we're going to work. And that is something that I've enjoyed being a part of.
Now, I hope that it's exactly the same now as it was when we look forward to the bell going off.
We look forward to the bell going off because
that's what we're here for. That's right. What we love doing.
Right, and I think inherently everybody that works here has something in them, the hero gene, or something in them that when something is going wrong, I think we want to be the one that gets called. We want when another station or district gets the fire, we always go, not that we want something to burn, but we want to be the one that they call if something is burning, because we're prepared and we want to be the one that responds.
Our current fire chief, Chief Johnson, he has a statement that he has made, and it really is right on the button. When we get the call, somebody is having one of the worst days of their lives. And when we show up, we're there to make it better.
Right.
That is what's beautiful about our job. We'll never get rich being firefighters, public servant. Not just us. I mean, any public servant, whether it be a school teacher, a law enforcement officer, a police, a firefighter, an EMS attendant, you're never going to get rich doing those jobs. But you're definitely going to walk away from your job each day feeling really good about yourself because you know that you've helped someone through that hardest day of their life. Right. And it's really a great feeling to be able to know that you've done that. It
is a good thing to know that the people that we meet on a day-to-day basis are, like Chief John said, that this is the worst day of their life, and I'm glad that I could be there for them and to help them through this. Now, something you said earlier, as firemen around the station at their house here, we eat really well. Now, I know, Chief, because I've been involved with it also. We have a program here in the city of Tyler on our government access channel called Cooking with Fire. And I've done a couple of the shows myself, but you're kind of our local celebrity as far as that goes. What is the benefit for, the PR benefit to having a show like Cooking with Fire, where we bring the cameras into our station kitchens and give the public a little glimpse of our day?
I think probably, of course, I have my own perspective of that. I feel this. The fire service has always been, when I came to work, long before I came to work, and long after I am dead and gone, the fire service by and large has been one of those services that we're not looking for praise, we're not looking for the pat on the back. We're going to go, we're going to do the job, we're going to pack up, and we're going to go back to the station. We're not looking for, hey, look at us, look at the great job we did. It's never been our nature, but we've missed the boat to a certain degree by not letting people realize that we're here and that we're just like them. We're human beings that care about our fellow man. So the beautiful part about something like the Cooking with Fire show is that we get to show the public that, hey, we're just like you. We cook, we eat together, we sleep in the same bunk room. We make the calls, but let's be realistic. A great number of the people that watch our show, Cooking with Fire, that we call on and we give service to, they are everything from the wealthiest people in our community to the poorest people in our community. But they're all human beings, and we're here to serve human beings. That's what it's all about. Well, the Cooking with Fire show simply gives us the ability to show that, hey, we're human beings. And also kind of that little statement of keeping your presence in front of the public. We don't want to be forgotten.
Right.
Cooking with Fire gives us an opportunity to not be forgotten.
Okay. And it is something fun to do. Like I said, you've done a couple. I've done a couple of them. It's something fun. Clearly, we're not professional actors, and you can see if you've ever watched one of the shows, you can see we're not actors. This is us in the raw.
Not necessarily professional cooks either.
We're not necessarily professional cooks, but everybody does take their turn cooking around here, and the general rule is those who cook don't clean, and vice versa.
And the quick and the hungry.
The quick and the hungry. All right. Back to the administration side of the house. As far as the city government, what changes have you witnessed during your tenure in the way the government is run in the city of Tyler?
Wow. 37 years. I came to work in May of 1977. And when I went to work, and you hear anybody that's worked that long, you'll hear the story. I went to work for $600 a month and took a substantial pay cut to be able to go to work for the city. Why did I want to go to work for the city of Tyler? Well, it was steady work. It is still steady work. I don't think you'll find anybody in our department that's afraid of work. They're willing to get out there and bust it. What have I witnessed in my 37 years? I've witnessed a number of changes of the guard, so to speak. Being that it's elected officials that run the municipality, they in turn hire a professional manager to run the city, and then that professional manager hires the department leaders that oversee each of the departments within the city. And I've watched a total changeover of those positions in my career more than once. Sometimes it hadn't necessarily been, in my opinion, for the best. Most of the time it has been. We have a very progressive city and a very supportive city of the fire service, I might add. We've always been thought of highly in this city from back at the turn of the century in 1900. We've been highly thought of. This might be
When
a
you say highly thought of, are you talking about just the